Hey guys, welcome back.
Hey guys, brand new podcast.
Hey, wait a minute. It's my podcast.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Enjoy.
We have so many stories.
Oh my gosh.
So many stories. First of all, going with Sandy was amazing. But second of all, going with Sandy's friend Nam was almost better.
How do you know her?
I know her from work. She stores all my factories for me. And she used to work for IKEA. And so she was running this factory in Vietnam. And then her English is really she can speak English fluent. And I don't speak a word of Vietnamese.
Right.
So I'm like, oh yeah, you're really, really good. And she's very savvy too. She's very smart.
Yes, she
and
is.
she knows the Western way and know the Vietnamese way.
Right.
And so she helped me a lot with my business.
Oh, that's
and helped me
awesome.
build my business up.
Now with the that was a big thing when I just got back from the furniture market, and it's accessories, furniture, everything. The big talk was Vietnam because everyone's moving out of China
Yes.
into Vietnam because of the tariffs.
Wow.
And so two of my vendors had started already making the move, but one of them has already got 2 factories set up in Vietnam.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, if you guys want to get in business, we should do furniture business in Vietnam. They have the best furniture. They have the reason that I like Vietnam more, not because I'm from there, but their sense of style. They have taste there. China is all about mass
production.
In Vietnam, because they have the French influence in them, and they have a really sense of pride in their workmanship. They do make really pretty things, as you will see in your treasures.
I know, the craftsmen. They're craftsmen, right?
Yes.
So was she with you the whole time?
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah. She was. And just for some perspective, right? I didn't really know what to expect. We started our trip in Ho Chi Minh City, and Nam had like a driver. She has a Porsche Cayenne and a driver.
In Vietnam.
In Vietnam, which is I didn't see another Porsche Cayenne in Vietnam.
No.
And no one hardly ever drives cars in Vietnam. They're all on like mopeds. I mean, like thousands of people at one intersection, not hundreds, like thousands. Like it's like a sea of mopeds. And Bert told me, oh, wait till you see all the motorbikes, you're going to freak out. But it really didn't prepare me. I mean, and the shit they put on them.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I took so many pictures. And then I bought a book called Bikes of Burden because I just couldn't really process how they drove those things down the street. I wanted to remember that. That was so specific to Vietnam for me. I mean, I've never been anywhere in Asia. It may be like that everywhere in Asia. But for me, that was something I'll always remember about Vietnam is the bikes.
I mean, they put like shower stalls.
Yes.
They put.
We saw a full like bathroom vanity on a bike. This one guy had a pipe. Remember that guy? He was sitting inside the pipe. So all you could see were his legs and his hands on the handlebars. And then this pipe, the pipe was probably, I'm not joking,
size of
maybe
this room.
4 feet in diameter and probably 8 or 10 feet long.
How could he see? Was his head popping out?
He
doesn't matter.
clearly had tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Because he was in a tunnel. It was the most, I took pictures of him. I was like, how is this guy driving?
That's hilarious.
And then the eggs. That one guy had like 18 dozen eggs stacked. I'm like, oh my God, he's going to fall over.
And what about the bar stool?
Oh my God, I totally forgot about her. Okay, I'm the only person who saw this. We walked one time in Ho Chi Minh City. We walked to like the grocery store. And on our way back, this woman was a passenger and she had a bar stool on her head. But the bar stool, like the seat was on her head and then the legs were like down the front and the back of her and her arms were sticking out between the legs and like the place where you put your feet on the bottom. Like she was wearing a bar stool as like an apparatus. It was the most bizarre. I was like, did you see that bar stool?
Transportation, very creative on getting stuff around.
Well, you know what? One of my takeaways was what a tenacious culture. I mean, what tenacity they have as a culture to do what they do, to put what they put on a motorbike. It's no wonder that we couldn't, quote, win this war. We had no business being in the first place. But their tenacity was, I've never seen anything like it as a culture. It was really impressive. And Bert kept saying to me before I went, "You're going to love it because it's going to remind you of Bowden, Georgia." Because everybody there is like, is kind of the redneck of Asia. And you're going to relate. Like, you're going to really relate. And he was, I mean, I've never been anywhere in Asia except there. But in Ho Chi Minh City, I was like, this is definitely my people, but Asian.
That's
like, we went to Hanoi and it was a little more sophisticated. I didn't see my people there. I didn't see my relatives there. I saw them in Ho Chi Minh City. I was like, my dad would totally put a pipe on a motorbike and drive it down the street for 100%.
Or he'd be figuring out a way to do it better.
How do we do it better?
Yeah.
How do we get 2 pipes on this motorbike? That's what he would have done. But Nam was, I think, at least for me, was really awesome. I think our trip would have been much different without Nam.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Because
we went to Ho Chi Minh City. The only time we didn't see her was when I went to my factory, which she's no longer involved because she retired. So I was doing ceramic, and she is Nam doesn't have to work anymore.
Yeah.
So
Good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
So
great.
she helped me in other ways, which to find my uncle. I had to find my uncle.
All right. So did you find him?
Yes. It was really.
It was more than one uncle, wasn't it?
Yes, there's
Yeah.
2.
Did you find them both?
Yes.
Were they homeless?
No, but they live in a hole.
Oh.
Like, I'm not joking, right?
Yeah, it was pretty eye-opening.
How did you find them?
Well, first of
Nam
all,
found them, right?
she found them. She has sent her driver there 3 times to look for them, and 3 times they said, "Oh no, they sold the house or they no longer live there." But then now they confirmed that they are there, and they were looking for the wrong address, and because they don't live on the main street. So in Vietnam, if you don't have a street, then it's really hard to find you. So the driver dropped us off on the main street. Then we had to go into these really small alley for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's about a 10-minute
walk.
where there's no
inside.
street. It's just
Just
building.
yeah.
Building.
And you just go by the numbers, like what numbers are there. And so on our way to find there, it was raining, and we saw a lot of crazy things.
We
Like
did.
a whole family living in a very small area, like 10 of them.
Yeah.
All in a very cramped area. And
A lot of tombs.
yes.
Like in the middle of buildings, there were these big tombs.
they bury
Clearly,
there.
they're just
And there's trash everywhere, pile up. I mean, it's third world.
yeah. It was pretty intense. I felt my heart broke in her uncle's apartment. My heart just broke for them because they had like 1 electrical outlet with 2 surge protector strips that were packed. And I thought, that's a freaking fire hazard.
Yeah.
That's so bad. And their apartment was not at street level. You had to take 2 steps down. And so when it rains, it must just flood. And
Yeah.
they had no sink, only a toilet. They did have a television. I did see a rice cooker. And there was 1 cot, but it really wasn't big enough for 2 cots to function. So I'm assuming the second cot they maybe folded up
Yes.
every day and put to the side. But it is something that makes you very grateful for your little 1,800 square foot house.
Yeah, totally, totally.
And they're
were they
so
surprised
skinny.
to see you?
Yes. And
Did they recognize you right away?
No. I had to say who I am, and they said, "Oh, how did you find me?" I'm like,
So is
he
this
said,
your mom's brothers or your
yes,
dad's? Your
my
mom's.
mom's. And I said, you've been missing for 2 years. We haven't heard from you. He's like, no, I have. I wrote to your mom, and I said, well, we didn't get any letters from you, and we sent money back. And he showed me the address, but it was the wrong address to my mom.
Did they get money from you?
Yes, I gave them $2,000.
But did they, like the one that you had sent? They had received
They had
it?
received it.
Okay.
And we gave them $2,000, and then I asked them what they want to do with that money. And this is a lot of money, $2,000 in Vietnam. They said they wanted to renovate the house. They want to put the floor up to street level. But that's going to cost like $3,000 because you have to put a roof.
You have to raise the ceiling when you raise the
as
floor,
well.
because then you'd have like a 6-foot tall
Right.
house.
So while we're at it, and Nam was helping me talk to a contractor there and saying if we put a second level, at least they can sleep upstairs, and then they can hang the laundry to dry, and tile the bathroom and all that. Just basically build them a new house, and it will cost them $6,000 to build a new house. So I think my mom's gonna do that.
Okay.
She said that I want to do it.
Yeah.
So
she did.
Yes.
Oh, good.
So I've been like trying to
Back and forth.
coordinate with Nam to do that, and
Boy.
she'll get it done.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Nam will totally get it done. She'll be over there.
That'll improve their quality of life so much.
So
I'm sure.
much, yes.
Make your mom feel better
Yes.
about where they are.
Because she feels really guilty about the whole, not sponsoring them over. But, I think it's way too late now.
Yeah, they'd have a hard time acclimating.
Oh,
I would-
yes.
I think it would be really hard for them. They seemed really sweet, although I couldn't understand anything anybody was saying. They seemed like really sweet people, and they were so skinny. You see every single rib.
Aw.
I mean, every rib. It was. I just kept thinking, bless their little heart. Bless their heart. How do you? How do you leave? How do you can't? I mean, and they probably. They're so used to that way of life,
Yeah.
I go to some people's houses in the South and I go, yeah, there's like a trail walking through your house. How do you live like this? And then you think, well, this is their everyday. This is their normal. So for whatever reason, it's normalized somehow for them. But I'm glad your mom decided to do that. That's really great. Mm-hmm. That's really great. And Nam will get it done. It'll be done by like next week. Yeah. Nam will get that shit handled.
Your mom must have been so relieved that you found him.
Yes, she was. And she kept thanking me. And she's like, thank your friend for me. Thank you so much. And she was like, okay, let's just do it. I wanted to get them a new house.
Yeah. They need it.
Oh,
They
boy.
needed it so much.
And they don't have a door, right? Do they have a door?
I never saw a door. I don't know. They've got to be some way of closing their place up, but they had nothing to steal. I mean, there was nothing there.
And it was so hot in there.
Oh
and
my
they didn't
God,
have,
yeah.
Like a fan. They didn't even have a fan because they would have nothing. Like
No, they had a
They had
fan.
a fan, but they didn't turn it on.
No, it wasn't on, but they did have a fan. They were in shorts, no shoes, no shirt,
And no shirt.
and it was hot.
It was so hot. We were like boiling.
Ho Chi Minh City was so hot. We changed our underwear 3 times a day.
What season is it there?
Hot.
It's hot. There's 2 seasons there. Hot or wet?
Hot or wet.
Yeah.
I think the season is called hell. Because it was hot as hell.
And is it humid too?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I hate humidity.
It was so
Like
hot.
3 days in, we had to send our panties out to be laundered because we started doing the math and we're like, I can't make it through this trip.
Yeah, I bought like the 14 underwears. So still we're like halfway through, or seven of them were gone because we were changing it
They
like
were
3
so,
times a day.
it was awful.
Oh, God.
So the heat was awful.
the back sweat, all of it.
Oh, back sweat beyond. Like it just
Beyond.
rolled down my back
Yeah.
into my underwear,
Yeah,
which
which
is
is
why
the
the
problem.
underwear
Yeah,
had to be changed.
Right? Is it like the best feelings is walking back to the hotel, like lobby back
Yeah.
there? I'm like,
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Because everywhere you go is there's air conditioning, but it doesn't really work. Like
not,
the
yeah.
car.
Oh,
So when we went to the factory,
Oh,
the
my
factory
God.
was so hot.
The factory, the van that took us to the factory had sort of air conditioning. So the whole time sweat's just running down my back in the car. It's like an hour drive. And I'm like, holy shit. And then we get there and there's a little bit of air conditioning in the office, but not in the factory. The factory's like open air.
And it's heat. I mean, there's flames, right? Are they burning the ceramics?
No, I didn't see the kiln.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't have the kiln on at that time. But the problem with Vietnam is that they never have comfortable seatings. Everything is in plastic chairs, as you
Yes.
know. You see, like
Yes.
even at restaurants,
Yes.
or like little stools, and even inside like the office, they will have like vinyl.
Yeah.
Everything is vinyl and plastic, so your whole back is like freaking sweating.
Ugh.
We call it like monkey butt. Like after a while, you have monkey butt
You have
in
a
Vietnam.
rash.
You're just like rash, and because of your motorcycle,
Yeah.
and the seat, everything is just like because it's sweat, and you're sitting on your own
Yeah.
sweat.
Yeah.
And after a while, after 5 days, you get monkey butt.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Vietnam. It's like,
If you go to Vietnam, to Ho Chi Minh City, definitely take extra underwear for sure. You need to change it because that's probably prevents monkey butt.
Yes,
It's clean underwear.
It's clean underwear. Yes.
So we're driving to her factory, their factory, see all these little wire domes with roosters in them all over the side of the road. There's these wire domes, and the wire dome is maybe 2.5 feet in diameter. It's not a big space. You know, I have chickens. I'm a big proponent of chickens. So we get to the factory. I'm like, what are all these roosters doing? And then someone in the van, I don't even remember who, said, oh, they just cockfight at lunch. And I was like, what?
Oh, shut
So
up.
all the people just come out in the street and cockfight at lunch and then put their cocks back in the little cage. So at the factory, there were 3 cocks outside, inside the factory's property. I was like, do they cockfight here at lunch? It was so bizarre. I mean, it's cultural, obviously.
Yeah.
Again, something that is culturally acceptable where I'm from is cockfighting and dogfighting. So I felt really at home sort of, but I really couldn't. I was like, this is so odd. You just see these little pods of roosters.
That is really weird.
All up down the street.
Oh.
That was out rural. That wasn't in the city. That was
was
out.
the first 2 days of Leanne's trip.
Yes, amazing food.
Yeah, I
Everywhere
I saw
we ate.
The food pictures were insane.
Except the lunch lady.
Oh yes, and then the after.
The lunch lady was Anthony Bourdain's favorite restaurant.
yeah.
Holy shit. That wasn't a restaurant. It was like a hot dog stand.
Why do
in a
you like
median.
it so much?
I think he just try out. I think he was staying probably around that area. I don't know why he picked that. It's just a lot of restaurants like that. That's a very typical restaurant.
Yes.
So what do they serve?
Yes.
Just soup, noodle soup, in like 100-degree weather.
Oh.
It's
And
so
some
humid.
spring rolls.
But so what happened is that Leanne didn't know that all of the stuff that when we arrived is already on the table, and my colleague Richard, we thought that he may have ordered it.
He got there before we did.
Okay.
Yes. So there's spring rolls, there's like shrimp crackers, and there
Fried
are fried
spring
spring rolls all on the table. And then, so we got there, he's already eating it. And then Leanne just gets pushed with this.
Oh, the lunch lady sat down across from me because we were uneven numbers, so no one was across from me. She sat down across from me, took a dip bowl, put it in front of me, filled it with 2 different kinds of dip, who fucking knows what they were, and then hands me a shrimp biscuit and points to the dip and points to my mouth. And I'm like, okay, clearly I'm supposed to eat this. Okay.
None of us are eating it.
So I eat it, and it's gross. It's like, it's fried, and it's clearly been, it's
sitting
not
there
fresh.
for a while.
Like, I could eat it and tell it wasn't fresh. But she's watching me. Like, the woman that owns the joint is sitting there watching me. At the same time this is happening, there are 2 mangy dogs walking around. There are 2 mangy dogs. Behind me, there's a woman picking some shit out of some other woman's hair.
I saw that.
Right?
I saw that. Well, we know what that probably was.
Probably.
Right?
And then I'm watching this woman prep what we're eating. She's chopping with a lit cigarette in her hand, chopping. I took a picture of it. I was like, I'm eating what she's chopping. And then when the lunch lady's done with me, she gets up.
So that's as you were tasting. Yeah.
Yeah, right? So the lunch lady gets up and she goes over to her like hot dog cart full of soup, and she takes a dirty bowl that has soup in it, dumps it on the ground, puts more soup in it, starts eating out of it. I was like, oh my God, whose bowl is that? And then of course the dogs start eating the soup off the ground.
And it's trash everywhere.
Trash is everywhere.
everywhere.
I was like, what is happening?
She would not be an A grade in Los Angeles.
Oh, she would
She'd be a D.
grade.
And these are the tables, like not even like
They're short.
plastic tables. It's short like that, and stools are like short. And we're
Oh
all just
my
huddling
God.
around,
Yeah.
sweating, and just eating, and just all these dogs around us. We're like, oh my God, these dogs are so disgusting.
Oh, the dogs were diseased. Like, no joke. They
No
were.
joke.
There was
and
something
they were all
wrong with
in
the dogs.
front of us while we're eating. Like the balls were hanging out.
Yeah, and the boobs were flopping and half hair.
And then
it
they're
feels
all
so
clipping their
bad.
fingernails or
Yes,
whatever,
that's
like
right.
doing their nail. Oh, yeah, it's just nasty.
That food was not good. And
Yes.
Sandy might have had some tummy trouble
Yes,
after that.
right
meal.
afterward. I was so mad at Richard. I'm like, oh my goodness. I said, because now I've been back to Vietnam so many times and I got sick so many times. I don't eat street food anymore.
Yeah.
That was street food.
That was
Because it's just not
hardcore.
worth it.
No.
It's not worth it.
She may have cooked that food on the actual street and
Yeah.
then put it back in
So
the
the
bowl.
reason like she was pointing to Leanne to eat that is whatever food you eat, that's how much they charge you. They just put it out there. And so the
yeah.
spring rolls is like they count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I
Right.
guess they know that 5 has been taken, so they're like.
So God knows how long it's been sitting out there waiting
Yeah.
for someone to
all fucking day. I guarantee you. That shrimp
Oh, God.
tasted like it was flat.
And
It
then,
tastes
so
like
we're
a stale
calculating.
potato
We're
chip.
like that. We're like, oh, Leanne's the only one who ate it.
Just because she targeted the white girl. She targeted the white
No one
girl.
ate anything,
She's
right?
like, I gotta get rid of that
It's
stuff.
like,
It's been sitting out all day.
She
Yeah.
said she took a bite. I'm like, because Leanne's like, she forced
She
me to.
freaking put it in my plate and went, eat. And I was like, okay.
So white girl didn't know.
So how else did white girl get targeted in Ho Chi Minh City? Can we talk about that? Getting
Well,
some
it's all
treasures
part
for
of the
Jeannie Turbo?
treasures.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I feel so bad for her.
Oh, she
So
took
I
me.
didn't really warn her. So part of the whole thing is Bintang Market has been like one of the biggest, attraction there. They sell everything you can think of in that market.
What's it called again?
Bintang Market.
Okay.
And so it's like an open air kind of wet market. They have like pork, beef, whatever you can think
Coffee,
of. Yes.
linens,
No.
Clams, shoes, whatever you
China.
Yes, whatever.
like
Treasures.
everything. We got some treasures there.
Yeah.
Whether or not we wanted them,
So
we got them.
we got there. Just start walking. Little does Leanne know. She didn't fucking. I don't know what she did.
Here's what I did.
She
First
pointed.
of all, I was white.
Yeah.
And clearly I was the only white person in the entire facility.
Yeah.
And I didn't warn her. I should warn you that don't point, don't look if you want something.
Yeah. That would have been
No
been
eye
helpful.
contact. Yeah.
That would not pointing.
Yeah, nothing. And she just walks. Oh,
Yes.
Target.
Yes.
Target. They were all on her.
So there was this backpack that Bert has. It's like a North Face backpack that you can kind of fold up into a pouch and then unfolds really thin. And I was like, oh, I just pointed at it and went, oh, Bert has that backpack. That woman descended on me like a locust in a plague. And she kept separating me from Nom and Sandy. She'd put herself between me and Nom and Sandy. And she started just
God.
piling stuff up in front of me. How about this? One
opened
more
up the
this,
bag.
this.
She's like, oh, this
How
color,
about
this color, this one.
How about this one? How about this one? This one, this one. I was like, no, I'm good. And she'd just move on to something else. How about this bag with this on it? How about this bag with this? She was relentless with me. And so finally I was like, you know what? I'm good. And she goes, no. You buy from me. You waste my time. 30 minutes my time. You waste 30 minutes my time. You buy. And I was like, oh, what do I do?
So it's so hot in there too. It's like no air
Oh
whatsoever.
my God, that's so stressful.
So the way to
awful.
the way to do Bintang Market, which I didn't warn Leanne, is that you walk through the market, you kind of know what it is, and then you kind of get an idea. And then if you like something, just keep looking because every stall kind of sell the same thing. And then you just ask like a random stall, how much? One. And they'll give you some price. And then they're like, oh, no. And you walk away and then they keep lowering. And then you keep hearing that they have marked down the lowest price. So now you get an idea how much that price is.
Yeah.
The real price.
Okay, so then you walk to another stall and then you say, okay, now you're ready to shop.
Right.
So you go in and you look for the nicest person, just I do, like make a connection with them and say you want them, how much? And then they're like, oh no, too much. Okay, I say, okay. Oh, you walk away. Oh, you come back. And then 5. I said, how about if I buy 5? Oh, okay, more discount. And then they're like, And then you walk away again. You walk away and they'll come back. And then usually it's like, okay, how about if I get you more? And then you bargain more and then you get this and that. And then, okay, same price. But the problem is the money there. So $1 is 23,500 dong. So when they give you the conversion of it, so, and then you bust out the calculator. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, calculate, da. And then like, oh, and then usually whatever they give you, you punch back half of it. They're like, oh no. It's always the same thing. It's like almost
It's such dramatic.
It's like, so it's scripted.
It's so dramatic.
No. I'm like, okay, no.
I know,
And
yeah.
then, okay, and then I said,
You
okay.
waste my time.
I leave now. I leave now. And then they're like, no, you come back. You come back. Oh my God. It is so stressful.
It's so stressful.
Leanne is like pouring down the
I'm
sweat.
pouring sweat. Like pouring. I'm pouring sweat. Not only that trip, but I believe that it traumatized me such that every time we shopped in every city after that, I would sweat profusely the minute I said how much. My whole body would just go whoosh and just burst in a
like
total sweat.
PTSD from
I was like, I think I'm
shopping.
suffering from PTSD. The woman was so aggressive, I took a picture with her.
Oh, yes.
I was
saw that
like, I need to
picture.
take a picture with you because I think
She
I've
was
just been
like-
raped
she
or
was
something.
like, she grabbed her. She's like, no, you waste my time. You pay now.
Oh
Or like,
my
you buy from
God.
me now. I'm like, she does not have to buy from her. So I'm grabbing Leanne.
Yes.
And both Nam and I say, no. And then Nam would come in because we've been shopping so much. She's like, where are you guys at? Did you walk
Yeah.
away yet? I'm
Yeah.
like, no. She's like, walk away now. Walk away. That's when it all happens. Walk away and then they'll come and jump you. They'll jump you.
She
And then
wouldn't
they'll
let
go
me
back.
walk away. She would not let me walk away, that woman. And then I misunderstood Sandy and Nam at one point.
Yeah.
They were saying yes to something. I thought they were saying no. So I said yes to her. And she went, okay. And Nam and Sandy were like, no, it's too much money. And the woman went, nope, she's already said yes. She's got to pay it. She's already said yes. And I was like, then I'm walking away. No. And it was so intense. It was so, I literally, every time I shopped after that, I just started profusely sweating.
Oh my God. That is
Immediately.
crazy.
I'd walk in a shop and just pour sweat. It's not even hot.
So poor Leanne. So we finalized with her. We got a lot of stuff out of her. Whatever.
You did?
Well, she did.
I did. I got a really good
You
deal.
used Leanne.
I got a moderate amount of
Yes,
stuff.
and then she got and then
And then we went across the street and got a drink.
and because we
So
just
what do
couldn't
you
handle
drink
it.
there?
That day we had mojitos. They were beautiful.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
A lot of beer.
Yeah.
We like a lot of beer because it's so hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so humid,
You're
but
so-
they have a lot of like other drinks. Like gin and tonic actually works really well
Yes.
there, right?
Yes. You just want something refreshing.
Yeah.
And light. And it's just so hot.
So
It's like doing yard work all day and you go, I just want a cold beer.
okay, so should we give your treasures
From Ho
that
Chi Minh
fucking
City?
the lady that
From the
raped
lady?
you?
From my rapist?
Yeah. The one
Okay, we
that's
can do that.
Leanne's going to need therapy over.
Okay, here's what I got
You
from
put
her.
it in a Trader Joe's bag.
I didn't have a fancy bag like your bag. I didn't buy her a bag.
I put it in a rice bag I bought.
Oh. Oh.
This is one. It is a little pencil bag, makeup bag that has Vietnamese women embroidered on it and the word Vietnam. So I have that.
That's from that
That's
lady.
from the crazy
Bentang
lady.
made.
Oh, I love this.
One thing. And here's
Sasha is so going to steal this from me. You know that.
Oh, I know. And this also that matches.
Oh my God, I love
it's
it.
a
You
little
got that from
like
her?
I got this from her too. A little like
Sandy's
wallet.
like, I didn't get that.
But it has a little. It has
I don't
a
know what
little
she was doing in there.
strap.
I don't know
this
what
is
she was just getting.
so cute.
And then this matchy match.
I love it.
And that all started with just one finger pointing at that backpack.
One finger.
That
Oh
stupid
my
backpack. That I was
God.
like, oh, she's like, and then you learn
so
afterward.
cute.
Well, there
I learned
were other-
afterwards. I did better after.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's
And these
that?
are bamboo placemats. from
Oh
her.
my God, I love those.
And just so you know, you can like rinse them and actually wring them out like cloth.
Really?
Yeah.
I
So
love them.
that's from Ho Chi Minh City. Those are my treasures from Ho Chi Minh City.
Did you get yourself similar treasures?
I got myself the same treasures, actually. Yes.
Because you had to buy more to get the better price.
I did buy more to get the better.
Believe us.
Well,
believe us.
I got one
I
for
love
Georgia,
these.
one for Isla of the little bags,
Yeah.
and then one for you.
I am sure those are going to Sasha.
I figured they would because they would go to Sasha. They went to my kids.
Yeah.
They're so cute though.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
I love it.
So those are my treasures from that crazy lady.
Yay.
Okay, so I didn't buy this bag from the crazy lady, but what
But it
did I
is from
buy?
Ho Chi Minh
I actually
City.
Didn't. Oh yes, I bought this one for you from the crazy lady.
That's right.
Oh, I love that.
So that is a bowl that's made of a coconut
Yes,
that's been
and then in
lacquered and has the mother of pearl. Is that mother of pearl?
Yeah.
Like inlay.
Wow.
But it's actually a coconut shell. How cool is that?
That's so
That they've
cool.
lacquered.
Because it's not very heavy. It's not so heavy.
Right.
That's really pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
Super pretty.
Yeah.
So but I didn't. These are not from the Crazy Ladies. But
Well, we're
they're
doing
from Ho Chi
Sapa?
Minh
Wait
City.
for Sapa.
This is not Sapa. This is
not
from Ho Chi
Sapa?
Minh City.
That is?
Yeah. Well, actually, it's Sapa, sort of. So
does look like
this
Sapa,
one
but-
then.
Ooh, that's
For
pretty.
Sasha.
Oh, I love it.
Or you can
She's-
keep it for yourself.
I know. I was gonna say maybe she's striking gold. Well, I'll have to decide which ones I give her.
And
That's pretty.
This is so pretty.
Where'd you get that, Sandy? This is a blue pouch that's embroidered with a peacock. Is that
Yeah,
right? It's really
gorgeous.
pretty. So Vietnam is known for their hand embroidery.
Yes.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Really
I got it
pretty.
at Nicholas' wife's shop. Remember, she asked me to
Yes.
pick out some stuff.
I love it.
Yes.
So I was able to shop. I don't have to bargain.
Yeah.
And it was free. That's all.
She had a friend that owned a shop. So,
Ah.
so
She said, pick anything.
Should we explain why you guys are buying me treasures?
I think maybe so. That might be smart.
Yes.
So,
I got this beautiful treasure because I call them treasures. I think
I
anything.
know. I love that.
I know.
Anything that comes from another country that's not something that you could get here, I love. And so it's like a treasure to me because nobody else has it. It feels
Right.
very special. It's
Right.
different. It's not something I see every day. So I love things like this. And so when Tom bought Sandy that awesome bag, and we were at tennis one Saturday and she had it, I was like, I want that bag. And Tom was still in South America, in Bogota, right?
Yes.
So coincidentally there was someone flying down there, and I thought it would be like a month before I'd see the bag. So on Saturday I was like, oh, I'd love that bag. Tuesday I had the bag.
She's like, I love your bag. I'm like, you want one? I was like, she's like, I'm like, Tom is right there.
right? I can
And
hook
she's
you
like,
up.
yeah. I said, what color? And she said, blue. I know you probably think I'm like, yeah, she's full of shit.
Well, I just was like so shocked that was on Tuesday. You're
And
like, are
then
you
next
home?
thing you know, I was like,
Yeah.
I delivered to her. She's like, what? How did
that happen?
Right?
So then when I heard you guys were going to Vietnam, I was initially said to Sandy, I'm going to give you money. I want you to shop for treasures for me. And then Sandy came up with the idea to split the money in half between the two of you.
Yep.
And see what treasures came back.
And see who brought the best treasures with the most money. I am clearly at an away team advantage, a disadvantage, an away team disadvantage.
all the money that you gave her in that lady.
On placemats and no, I have plenty more in my bag.
Well,
but-
so when Sandy was just saying, I should have told you when we walked in. I should have told you. I'm like, no, that was her strategy.
right.
She's like, I'm going to crush her with my treasures.
I know, right? I felt good about my treasures by the time we left, but I had a plan. I was just going to throw my own money in and go to like duty free and fuck Sandy over entirely. And be like, fuck you with your
And it would have
home team
totally been
advantage.
worth it just to win.
I know, right?
Go ahead. Get Jeannie the treasures.
Right?
One stop. Attack.
Right?
Yeah, it would have been funny if you had been like, oh, this is the only time we're going to have to shop the whole time we're here.
I know.
And then I'll just, oh, look at this
secretly
shop.
pocket treasures along the way. That would have been bad. I think we did pretty good with our
Yeah,
treasures,
so far
though.
I'm really liking my treasures.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, that's city number 1. We have 2 more cities full of treasures. There was
my
nothing to buy in Halong Bay.
Okay.
Yes, there was
Nothing. There was nothing there. No.
Good thing because we
We had
couldn't-
shopped out.
We had shopped out so bad that the motorcycle, they have like Uber there here. They have Uber there before, but now they don't. They have called Grab, so it's all the motorcycle. So you can grab you grab a ride or you
yeah.
grab. So and because we had bought so much ceramic from this place and so much other stuff that we couldn't quite carry it to our hotel. So Nam had to organize a Grab for us, not a taxi because it couldn't get into these streets.
This was
So
in Hanoi.
just the Grab driver came, and she gave her. It's only 50 cents, by the way.
Oh my God.
To grab a whole box of ceramic and put it in, his motorbike and just drove off. That's probably one of his easiest job.
Right?
To just buy a box.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
imagine how much shit that they have to,
Right? On their bikes.
on their bikes. It's just a box of ceramic.
Right.
I mean, he almost didn't even want to put a
Strap on it. He was just going to balance it. And I'm like, it's ceramics. Maybe he should use a strap.
Well, they don't even wear a helmet, so like they're clearly
Yeah.
not even concerned
No,
about
right.
There are 5
the
kids.
noggin. Yeah.
The problem is that everyone wears a helmet except the kids.
Oh.
The children don't wear a helmet. They believe that it causes worse neck injury to have a helmet than a head injury if you hit your head.
Oh my God.
You see a whole family, mother, father, sometimes they'll have helmet on, and then all the kids no helmet.
The most people I saw on one motorbike was 5. 5. It was mom, dad, and 3 kids on a motorbike. I mean, I don't even know how they do it.
That is
There's like
insane.
one in front of the driver.
And they're all carrying things too.
They all carrying shit. It's bizarre. It's like nowhere else I've ever heard of or been to or something.
It is like watching TV when you like inside driving, you know, in the car and you look outside. It's just so entertaining out
Yeah,
there.
there was no surfing the internet because you're like,
you're
look at
like-
that guy. He's got a whole sink. You know,
Yeah.
that guy's got a toilet strapped to the back of his motorbike. That was crazy.
The one thing I didn't see on much on this trip was roasted animals. Like I
On a
on a
motorbike?
motorbike.
Yeah, I didn't see that
You see
either.
like a pig on a spigot on a.
Yeah, roasted pig, roasted dog.
Wow. Dog?
Yeah.
Oh, right. There is the dog.
Roasted
meat trailer.
chicken, roasted duck. We saw a lot of roasted ducks and chickens.
Animals hanging.
Oh my God! I'm now picturing the lunch lady and all the dogs around there. And were you eating dog meat?
We don't know yet.
We don't know if we were eating dog meat, but
Ugh.
we did get an education
Yes.
on what dogs they eat and what dogs they do not eat. Nom explained that to us, where she said they eat normal dog, but they don't eat typical dog. So a normal dog is Mona. Mona's a normal dog. Mona's a mutt. She's just a street dog.
She's a street dog. Oh.
She would be
if she's over there.
if
But
she's over
a
there, right? No,
typical.
here she's not. But over there, Mona would be like a street dog. She's a mutt, you know. Priscilla is a typical dog because she's a dog you would pay for, because she's a purebred. She's an expensive dog, so you don't eat those dogs. You eat the normal dog, like Mona.
And does Nam eat dog?
Yeah. Well, she's
Vietnamese.
She's
Yeah.
Vietnamese.
And you know, she explained to me, I think we were laughing about it a bit, and I caught this subtle moment where I thought, I wonder if we're offending her.
Yeah.
Because I think she explained to me, I don't know if you heard her say this, that they ate dog because they were hungry, that it was a necessity.
Yes.
So I thought, ooh, I wonder if we should stop joking about, is that normal dog, we're going to eat that normal dog, because I just had this moment of thinking, I hope she's not offended that we're making fun of her culture, because
Right.
that is, I mean, my family ate frog legs and snake and rabbit and all kind of shit. So it's the same thing, except they maybe don't have frog legs, snake, and rabbit. They have a dog.
Right.
So I don't think it's out of cruelty or
Well,
lack
in
love.
the culture also, they believe anything that has the back facing to the sun or the earth, you know, the sky, you can eat.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. 4-legged critters. Got it.
Your
Or
back
turtle.
facing, yeah.
I guess.
Every
Yeah.
dog's going to start walking on their hind legs over there.
I know, right? Circus dog. So we went from Ho Chi Minh City. We flew to Hanoi, which was my favorite city. I loved that city.
That's awesome.
It was a great city.
It was also a little cooler.
It
That's
was
why she likes it.
a lot less humid and
Yeah.
a lot cooler. But it was a beautiful city. It was a lot cleaner than Ho Chi Minh City. And it had a beautiful lake in the middle of the city with a park. And that first day we were there, we just kind of explored a little bit and pre-shopped so that we could come back and
'Cause
purchase.
now you're a professional.
Now I'm a
she's
pro. Yes. I got good at walking away.
Oh, she's so good that on the last day we were shopping and she's like, should we just all, you know, get everything in one place? Because they will have it. And I'm like, well, Leanne, you're learning.
I'm learning. Let's get all, combine our purchases. and get it all
Purchases.
from
She
one
said,
place.
let's all do it together. And then, yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. White
Okay.
girls, guys.
White
get
girls
it.
got
She's learning. By day 10, I had it.
That's hilarious.
Take me back to that bitch in Bentown Market. Or however
Oh,
you say that,
yeah.
right? No, I would never want to
It
see
would be
her
like
again.
your pretty woman moment.
I
But
did.
Big mistake.
Big mistake.
Big
Yes,
mistake.
big mistake.
Yes, exactly. Big mistake. Huge. So we weren't in Hanoi very long.
No.
We were there one night, I think.
Yes.
And
No, not even one whole day.
that's right. We left our bags at our hotel.
Yes, because we have a very, very late train ride.
Yes.
So we slept on the train to Sapa.
We slept on a sleeper train. There were 4 of us in one room. It was very comfortable.
The 3 of us.
Three of
First
us,
trip.
sorry. 3 of us in a 4-person room. It was very comfortable, but the train did stop and start a lot at night, so we didn't really sleep much.
Right.
But it was a comfortable ride. And then we took, I don't remember the name of the city we got off the train, but we took
Lao Kai.
Lao Kai. And then we took a chartered bus, like just for us, a private van, I guess, with a driver, drove us to Sapa, which was about 2 hour and a half, something like that. Beautiful country. I guess we found out when we were there, this mountain range separates Vietnam from China. So we were actually like at the border of China, which is pretty far from Ho Chi Minh City. That's like the whole country.
So the train ride was from 10 o'clock at night, and then we got to Lao Kai at 6 in the morning.
Right.
And then we got out and then drove 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
It's 10 hours.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's 10 hours of traveling.
It was about 5.5 hours to drive straight from Hanoi to Sapa, because that's what we did on the way back. We didn't take the train. But Sapa was beautiful, right? Our first day there, I almost got typhoid because this woman...
Oh, gosh.
This woman, there's a tram that takes you to the top of the mountain, and this woman had a cold and sat next to me and hawked loogies into her hand. And then rubbed her hand on the wood, and I was like, oh my God. I was watching Sandy, and Sandy was going, oh my God.
It was bad. It was
so
bad.
bad. She was wiping the snot on her hand.
And she didn't know where to put it, and she just keeps coughing, and then in the end finally just got up and like moved.
I was like, I can't have you ruin my trip.
Yeah.
I'm not getting what you have.
And then, but we have to go from that train ride to a small gondola, and we had to get in line. And then I'm like, or like walking. I'm like, I'm not getting in the gondola with that woman because that's a very small space.
Yeah.
And then she was right behind us.
I know.
And I'm like, you go.
You go ahead of us. You go ahead and let her go up first. But we were in this gondola that took you to the top of this mountain in Sapa.
Fancy pan.
Fancy pan. Oh my God. Nam kept calling it, the name of it is Fancy Pan, Fansipan, Fancy Pan. I thought she was saying fancy pants. And I was like, what is at the top that you keep calling fancy pants? And she started laughing. She said, no, it's fancy pants. So when we got there, the signs.
You saw the sign.
Okay.
She thought it was a fancy restaurant.
I did.
don't know what you
You're
thought
like
it was.
so excited to get up there. I don't know that I'm dressed appropriately.
So what was on top?
A big, huge Buddha. I mean, amazing. And then all these little pagodas, temples.
Yeah.
Maybe
It
that
was
lady
so
thought he was
beautiful.
going to heal her.
Let's hope.
It was beautiful. I mean,
was.
I didn't expect it to be like that. I didn't expect to be like kind of touring that mountainside with all these pagodas. It was really beautiful.
It was beautiful. Big bell tower with these huge bells inside. Big waterfall. It was beautiful.
That's awesome.
It was really pretty. And we were inside a cloud for part of it.
Yeah.
Which was kind of prohibitive. You couldn't really see a lot of stuff by the time we were leaving. Like we went to the foot of the Buddha. The Buddha was probably 5 stories high.
Yeah.
It was enormous. But you couldn't really take a picture of it because we were in a cloud. But that was beautiful. We had a great lunch that day, and then we went shopping there, bought a bunch of stuff in Sapa. Sapa is known for their textiles, right? And the dress of the people who live there, of the tribes, reminded me of Tibet. I don't know why. I guess they have like leg coverings and skirts, and they wear their babies on their back, like a papoose sort of. They carry like wicker baskets as backpacks, and they all have headscarves, and the color of their headscarf is what tribe they are in.
Yeah.
It was really
it's sort of like the
amazing.
Highlands, like, you know, in Scotland, where they have different tribes, and then they have the pattern of their kilt will be this pattern,
Right.
and then the pattern of their scarf is certain pattern, and then they belong in different tribes.
That's very cool.
Yes.
It's very
And
cool.
then in our hotel, they have a beautiful shop. Then we were staying in Victoria, Sapa, and it's the same. It's a resort that it's a chain, because they have Victoria in Hanoi and different parts of Vietnam. And this hotel was so beautifully decorated.
Yeah.
And it's one of those more higher end, but it's only just 4 stars.
Right.
But they have a beautiful shop inside the hotel. And there's this lady that works inside the shop. She was a shark.
Well, we call her the shark.
Shark lady.
She is a shark.
She's like, where are you going today? Because I looked at her stuff. It's beautiful. Like, I love shopping in hotels, like, because I know that they have very good quality. Because
Right.
once you get on the street, you don't know what you get.
Right.
And because Leanne looked up, like, some of the scarf, this guy has, like, put it under here.
Yeah.
And then he got dyed.
He dyed it like, and so he had like his forehead from the eyebrows up was blue. And the picture said, this is after 2 scrubbings. And I was like, screw that. I'm not buying that fabric. No way.
Oh my gosh.
Because
It's
they
all
hand
hand-dyed,
dyed the fabric. So I like to, like, always, I'm like a professional shopper.
Right.
It's like-
Yes.
So I asked her how much are the tapestry, how much are the pillowcases. So I get an idea of, like, what good quality is, you know,
Yes,
how much
what it
cost.
costs, yeah.
And then how much the market would be costing. And then I would know the
better.
difference. So I looked at her stuff and really nice stuff. And she's like, oh, you buy? I'm like, no. You shopping? And they're always like, you shopping? I'm like, well, obviously I'm shopping.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I say, okay. I said, I'll come back. Where are you going now? I'm like, I'm going outside. Out to tour. Where are you shopping? Why are you shopping me? Not
Right.
over there. Not anywhere else. So we went out, and of course we went shopping.
Yes. We went shopping. We bought some stuff she didn't have
Yeah.
in her store and some stuff
So
she did.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the minute I get back,
Oh,
Did you
she's
walk past her
watching.
with all your bags?
What's that?
Did you walk past her with all your bags?
no, now,
No.
yes.
But there are windows to her shop, like the windows in this
Yes.
man cave. They're like full glass, like glass doors. And she's watching for Sandy.
Yes.
She's not watching for me. She's watching for Sandy. And the minute Sandy comes back in, she is in the lobby.
In there,
In the
like,
lobby.
hello! Like, she runs out. Hello! She's this cute little lady. We
She's
took
like-
a picture with her.
We took a picture with her. She's like 4 foot nothing.
Oh
she's
my
tiny.
God.
And
Yeah.
she's all
So did you
in-
go back in?
Oh, we bought stuff for her,
we
yeah.
bought so much stuff. We
Yes.
bought so much stuff that we actually recruited customers for her.
Yes.
And we got she made a lot of good money from us.
She
And we
did.
actually got a really good price from
Yes.
from her.
We did.
Because of Nam.
Yes,
And
because of
Nam got
Nam.
upset that we actually pay for some certain items without her.
Yes.
She's like, why did you guys do that? Why? We're like, 'cause we didn't want to bother you. I said, well, how much are you going to pay? And then she would get upset with us.
Yeah. Because
Right?
she could have negotiated a
Yeah.
lower price.
Yeah,
And
she
we-
was our negotiator. She was our, like, sort of like closer. She'll
Yes,
come
she
in and
was.
close the deal for us.
And I don't know what she's saying, but her tone of voice scares me. Nom is like,
At the end, this is what we do. We just give her our wallet. Just go
Yeah,
ahead.
just,
Go
here, open wallet. Take what you need.
whatever. I don't know what you just. And Leanne's like, what are we guys arguing about? I'm like, probably $1 or $2.
Right.
Like, I mean, we're going back and forth like
Yes.
this, like
Yeah.
grabbing each other, like yelling at each other, throwing
my
shit.
gosh.
And then at the end, we're just fucking
give it to Nom.
$1 or $2.
Yeah. And
Maximum
Nom would
that
just
we're-
go in my wallet and pull it out and hand it to them.
It's like a game. It's a game
is a
for
game,
like
yeah.
both ends. It's like, but Leanne was just like, oh, I can't deal with this.
It's
I know.
exhausting. I don't know
Yeah,
how those
yeah.
people do it every single
So
day.
yeah, so she in Hanoi did a lot of the shopping where it says no bargaining, fixed price.
Yes, I was like,
Leanne's
that's me.
Leanne's like, that's me.
I'm all in. Just
No.
tell me how much to pay. And then, of course, at the end, Nom will go, you give her a discount because she bought so much.
Yes.
And so every place we went, there was, quote, no bargaining. Nom continued to bargain.
Wow.
I was like, okay.
I bought the biggest artwork.
Oh, it's
Oh, you
really
did?
pretty.
Is it hanging?
Like a size of bigger than this, maybe the size of this TV.
Do you have it hanging yet?
Not yet. I'm
Okay.
having it framed right now.
Oh, cool.
And so it's no bargaining. It says $260.
Yeah.
Was it tapestry?
Canvas.
Beautiful.
Oh, it was
I bought tapestry too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got a tapestry too.
You have a lot of wall space to fill.
She
Yes.
does.
Yeah.
She has a lot.
And so it was $260, and of course I got it for $200 because Nam and her cousin always like. I said, well, I was gonna pay for that. They're like, no, never pay the full price. Just let me do it. Let me just talk to them.
Right.
And then blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, okay, they'll give it to her for you for $200.
Right.
So Eddie there, Leanne's just like, I'm just gonna settle.
I just
no
want
bargaining.
to pay what the price says. I'm good.
Yeah.
Not tipping people when you eat is confusing enough for me.
She was like,
Oh, you don't tip there?
No.
no, she was just sweating every time.
Every
we
shop,
saw-
I would automatically start sweating. It just happened automatically. It was from that woman in that market. I
Have
swear
you
to
been
God.
shopping since you got home?
Yes, I went shopping the next day.
Okay.
I was jonesing. I was like, I think I need to shop. I'm feeling really out of sorts here.
And you just were excited to like put things in a cart and pay what they asked you to pay.
Yes, it was such a relief. I needed to write the boat. I went to Marshall's and I was like, there's no bargaining here. I already know this is a good
It
price.
would have been great if you gone to the register. Can you do better?
All right. Can you do better?
This is 20% off, right?
I always ask for a discount.
Yeah.
No matter
Even
where.
at Marshall's?
I would.
Do you
Sometimes,
really?
like if I buy a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
it's like, do you offer a designer discount? There's always West Elm. I bargain West Elm.
Oh my God. I'm not that way.
Tom bargained at Barney's
Tom.
with a suit.
Oh my
They almost
God.
gave it to him.
They
I
did?
walked away though. I was like, "You're not bargaining."
I
at
would not want to
Barney's."
bargain with Tom Hayslip.
That's hilarious.
I'd be scared to bargain with Tom
Yes.
Hayslip.
Oh no! They in Vietnam, everybody just like, "Oh, you go away. We don't like you." No.
My dad was literally the type who used to walk up to a car, like get a car dealership and look at the sticker on the window and go, "Sounds good. I'll take this one." Like he was not a negotiator at all.
funny.
And as I got older, I'd be like, "Dad, let me go with you."
Yeah, right.
And just shut your mouth and don't say anything.
Yeah.
But he'd be like, "Looks fair to me."
My dad will dicker till the other person drops. My dad would have done just fine in Vietnam. He is a flea market maven, and he is all about that $1. He'll fight over that $1 all day long, and I just don't get it.
No.
That you used to embarrass me. I wasn't embarrassed in Vietnam. It just unnerved me a little bit. The woman in the market. If I had started somewhere other than that woman in the market, I might have been okay.
Grab Leanne. You pay now. You waste my time.
30 minute you waste.
my
I'm like, we've
time.
been here maybe 5 minutes and I'm already soaking wet. I'm so sweaty from listening to you.
No, you don't go. I mean, she would
was-
not let us go
And
unless
she kept separating me. I knew what she was doing. I was like, you are physically putting yourself between me and the two Asian women. I know what you're doing, but I couldn't get away from her. I could
Oh
not
my
get away from
gosh.
her. I should have just been really rude. It's so not in my nature to be really rude.
After all that, I almost didn't pay her my
That's
merchandise.
right.
Right?
Because she was so concerned with getting me to pay. They were like, "Okay, thank you," and started walking off. And Sandy hadn't even paid her.
Yeah, she gave me my item and she said, "Oh my God, you didn't pay!" I was
Right?
like, "Did I pay you?" I don't remember because I was just so.
There was so much drama with me.
Oh my God.
That's how much drama it was. It was no joke.
It was dripping sweat. We were all sweating and.
Like I literally said, I have to take a picture with you because I'm never going to forget this moment. I need to remember what you look like. It was awful.
Oh, I wish there was video.
It was like I
of
would
this.
throw Leanne in there and she started fighting and it's like round 2, 12.
It's like someone took me by the shoulders and just started shaking me.
Yeah.
And then went, "Give me your wallet." And shake me again. "Give me your wallet." It
was like a
so
boxing
unnerving.
match.
Yeah, it was crazy. So anyway, Sapa. Anything else about Sapa?
Well, we had to give her treasures.
Best French yogurt I've ever had.
Oh, really?
Sapa.
Oh, good. The food was amazing.
I only
right?
got you one treasure from Sapa. And I'm starting to feel like there's
Leanne.
a theme with you because it's a bag.
Oh, cool.
But it is from their handmade textile. It's another bag. So I didn't realize I had so many bags. That's the problem.
No,
of
these are
being
great, though.
In so many different cities, I guess.
I love these
Well,
like boutique looking fabrics.
I do too.
I got you a couple of bigger bags.
You did?
Well, you.
Oh, that's
didn't say.
right. Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
That's
Super
pretty.
cute.
So that
Clearly, Leanne is like losing in this race.
Oh, I forgot. This is going to be the deal
this,
sealer.
yeah,
Sandy's going to win from this bag. For sure.
Oh, I love.
Yeah, that's a
That
great
is
bag.
like an antique. Actually,
Oh
when the
my
women
God.
parted, she
I'm
almost
gonna
cried.
like-
You
Yes,
see
she
that?
did.
She didn't want
Yeah.
to. She was telling her husband, she said, "I don't really want to sell this now."
Oh, yeah.
She had this. We went to this one shop. This is how desperate we are with shopping. She didn't have like electricity in her shop.
And it was dark.
Dark, and we were still looking.
We would put the flashlight on our phone, and
Oh
we're
my
shopping by
God.
We're
flashlight.
shopping, and she's like, "Well,
That's
maybe we'll come
dedication.
back when we come back." We were still looking until the light came back on.
Right.
We spent an hour there.
This bag, Sandy just gave two bags.
Beautiful.
One is like a crossbody bag
I
that's
love it.
cloth, and one side of the bag is like hand woven antique fabric from Sapa.
Yes.
And then the other bag is like a cosmetic bag. It's kind of bigger, and it also has a lot of embroidered
I
work
could use this
from
as a
Sapa.
clutch.
You could use that as a clutch. It's really
Totally.
pretty.
I think Meg Gallagher would approve.
Yeah.
Meg Gallagher would probably approve of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sandy knocked it out of the park in Sapa.
Wow. Did you get similar things for yourselves?
I didn't get any bags, but I got like a tapestry. I got a
This is
tablecloth.
so pretty.
She had a tablecloth custom made
Oh,
for
cool.
her table.
Oh, yes.
So,
And it's beautiful.
and they did it there, and you were able to take it with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a tablecloth. Oh, we'll tell you about taking it with us in a minute. We'll tell you about how we got it all back, right?
Oh my god.
Did you bring extra suitcases?
Well, I put my carry-on suitcase inside a full-size suitcase and checked it. So I thought I have a full-size suitcase I can bring stuff back in.
Oh, yeah.
It was not enough.
Seriously.
We
was
spent
not
a whole entire day trying to get pack all our shit.
Like 4.5 hours. I like constructed a cardboard box the size we needed it.
We
It
put
was
everything
insane.
on our bed. It was like a bazaar, like
Yes.
in our room. We just for the heck of it, we're like, we'll see what we bought.
Oh, my God.
I bought everybody's Christmas gift. I bought everybody's Christmas gift from Vietnam.
And it's not
stuff-
pajamas.
It's not. No,
Well,
it's not pajamas.
it's sort
It's
of
not
like the
pajamas.
same theme is one item.
Yes,
or-
there is
right?
there is a theme. We found something in
You
Sapa
get a bag.
that
You
was
get a
amazing.
bag. Sorry.
Yeah, everybody gets. No, it's not a bag.
It's not a bag.
But we did find one item in Sapa that was really great that
Oh,
we bought for
good.
Christmas.
That's
so
awesome. So you had a lot of stuff.
we got a lot of stuff, a lot. So then we go from Sapa. We take a private bus. The same bus driver takes us back to Hanoi. And we're in Hanoi for one night.
Yes.
Then we go to dinner. We have a great time in
And then
Hanoi.
they asked her, they were figuring out where to take Leanne for dinner. And Nam's cousin said, "You want dog?" And then Leanne didn't hear it. I said, "Leanne, did you hear what she just asked?" I said, "No, we would not want dog." Because
No,
I just
no
asked
dog.
her because
Pass
I
on
know
dog.
that she would not want
No.
dog.
No.
But yes, it's special. It's a very special occasion to.
Right.
I was served
Mona woke up right now.
before.
you
I
really say
know.
dog?
We talk about.
But we did have an amazing dinner in this restaurant. They were explaining to me is the old was it? They say the oldest restaurant in
Yes.
Hanoi.
Oh yes, the chaka.
And they serve one dish called the chaka that's like catfish and greens, and it was amazing. It was really good. But they don't serve anything else, and the service was quite rude.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
but that was part of the charm.
It was
very
really
cool.
old house. It's like a wooden house, and then the stairs to go up there is like almost you have to climb
Straight
a ladder.
up, yeah,
Right.
it's very
almost like-
old. Yeah,
And
It was
and then we
great.
went also for lunch. We went to the restaurant where Obama met with Bourdain.
Bourdain.
Oh, yeah.
And that food was delicious.
Yes, we had banja there, which
yes.
is grilled pork, barbecued with noodles. But it's sort of like in a soup, but it's not hot. It's sort of soaked into this kind of vinegar, pickled vegetables, and then the grilled pork is in there, and then you serve it on a bed of rice noodle.
Oh,
and you
yum.
kind of
It's
dip your
really
noodles into that broth.
Yeah.
But it's not cold. It's not hot. It's like a cold broth.
Yeah,
But it was really
good.
yummy.
It was really
And then
good.
you get all these vegetables with it. And I guess we were sitting right where Obama and Bourdain sat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right
yeah, it was
there.
really cool.
And then they framed that whole like their plastic plates and cups and everything.
Everything they use.
They used,
Yeah.
they framed it. It's
Aw.
right there. Nobody sits there. I guess.
Yeah,
That's
it was all
awesome.
encased in plexiglass.
Oh my gosh.
So you couldn't touch any of it.
Yeah.
It was very cool. That was a really cool restaurant.
Yeah.
So we were in Hanoi, and then we took another bus to the cruise. We went on a cruise in Halong Bay. And Halong Bay is obviously a bay, but it's like has these huge rock formations coming out of the water everywhere. It's beautiful if you just look at the rock formations. If you look at the water's a little dirty. But the mountains, it was beautiful. So I guess it's like a mountain range that's mostly submerged, and the tip of the mountains are sticking up out of the water. It was really pretty. We took an excursion there and took a hike up into a cave that had stalactites.
Oh
and
yeah,
Oh, cool.
stalagmites.
Beautiful,
They had
crazy.
explained that was a place where doctors hid out during the Vietnam War, and people would come there and treat them while they were in the cave and stuff. It was really kind of cool experience. A little bar in the middle of the jungle, basically. We ate every 5 minutes on this cruise. Every 5 minutes, they were like, "I'm
like an eating cruise.
Was the food amazing though?
The food was good.
Yeah.
Amazing's a strong word, but the food was really good.
Are there any good Vietnamese restaurants in this area? That I think about it.
No,
There's not, right?
not really. No.
Nam said there were some in Little Saigon.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot there, but not in.
Yeah.
Not.
But we
I don't know
ate
about, I don't
so
know.
much that Leanne, it's all about eating there.
But you're also constantly walking and
Oh, I lost
sweating.
3 pounds.
And sweating.
She lost, yeah.
I lost 3
weight, too.
pounds.
You lost
She
3?
And we
yeah.
ate so much. I mean, the
That's like
breakfast.
going to
Leanne,
Europe
just
'cause
tell-
you walk so much, I
Just
lost
tell Jeannie
weight.
about the
Right.
breakfast every day.
What was the
The
breakfast?
breakfast was obnoxious. Because there would be like an egg station and a noodle station, like for pho or some kind of Asian noodles. And then there's like spring rolls, and then there's bacon, and then there's fruit, and then there's pastries, and then there's
cheese
cheese,
station,
and
bread,
then
the
at
bread.
one place there was dessert, like lemon tart for breakfast.
Oh my God.
And then there's cereal and granola, and then
then-
there's a yogurt station.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like every day.
Bread, and then they have salads, and then they have banh mi. They have
Yep.
like the sandwiches,
Yep.
and then they have like Vietnamese iced coffee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
and
good.
You had me at
all
iced
the
coffee.
I know, right?
Oh my God, that's what excites me. Is that sad? Out of
Yeah,
everything
no,
you just
it's
mentioned.
not, because
Yeah.
Vietnamese iced coffee is
It's
one of
really
the best
good.
things I've ever had in my life.
So when all right, so you're doing this. Did you go traditional eggs and bacon, or did you actually go like I'd go noodles?
I did
do the
both.
pho noodles.
She did both.
I did
yeah.
both. I would do both at the same breakfast. Like I would eat the noodles and I'd go, I just really want eggs also.
Yeah.
So I would do
Well, you
both.
also did cheese too.
I love
Then you
cheese.
also did like dessert.
the yogurt. I did yogurt every
She was
day.
eating where like I think I'm just gonna get one just to try out for Kathy, but I'm
Right.
like Kathy's not even here. I was like,
Gonna
yeah,
eat one bite for Kathy
You're
Franken.
such a good giver. You're a
I
good
know.
giver. So what kind of yogurt was it?
Oh my god,
It's homemade.
it's homemade.
I'd never had homemade
It's
yogurt.
so good.
I don't know how they make it, but I've never had yogurt like that ever. And I was
Is it
at-
flavored or plain?
It's plain.
Yeah, both.
But the flavored is not flavored. It's
just a
like
little sugar.
sugared.
But the plain was really good too.
The plain was really good, and it's like I don't know how they make it, but I'd like to find out. I guess you have to make it and eat it the same day.
Yeah.
But Yoplait makes a yogurt called Oui that tastes like the yogurt we had in Hanoi. So it's not like the one we had in Sapa. It tastes almost just like the one
I
we
saw
had
that.
in Hanoi.
It's like their French yogurt.
Yeah, it's French yogurt. It's
Is it-
it's
good?
pretty good.
It
It's
is.
not as good as what I had in Vietnam, but it's probably
But the
as close
food
as you'll
was
find.
amazing.
It
I
was
mean,
amazing.
Sapa, that hotel that we had breakfast there. I don't know. They have these dish where it's. Remember that they're really known for their pumpkin soup.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Was
Oh,
so
the
good.
creamy pumpkin soup.
But their
Oh, my
pumpkin's not
God.
like our pumpkin.
No, so there it's so funny because you know that Rustic Spoon, the Thai restaurant on
Yes.
Yeah.
their
I actually like
curries,
their food.
there
Me
is
too.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's like the most authentic, but they put pumpkin in theirs.
Oh, okay.
In
They
their
do.
like their Penang curry.
Okay.
Has
yeah.
pumpkin.
instead of potatoes.
I've had
it's-
that. It's
and
really good.
delicious.
Yeah, it's really good. I've had that exact.
And they're the
dish.
only restaurant I've ever known to do that. And someone said, "Oh, that's very Asian to do the
Yes.
pumpkin."
Uh-huh.
And it's so much
It's
better than
so
the
good.
potatoes. It has
Yeah.
like this amazing flavor. It's softer
Yeah,
and
it's really good.
yeah.
And then we went to that restaurant in Hanoi where they have all different, all
That was
remember all
amazing.
around.
That's
Long-
amazing. They're
Long
like
means
these
it's delicious.
booths. Like this booth makes spring rolls. This booth makes
Makes
pho.
crepes.
This booth makes the crepe things. There was one woman sitting in one of the booths picking her feet.
Oh, all right.
So I'm not sure it would have completely passed health code regulations. She was full blown picking her
Yeah.
feet in the food area.
You got to get past some of that. in these places, right?
She just picking her
that
feet. Or like, oh my god,
yeah, which is.
are those hands going in my food?
Right.
So we didn't
Awesome.
stop at that stall.
There's no gloves.
But
No,
they
yeah.
have this.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you ever had the Vietnamese crepe. It's called bánh xèo.
Uh-uh.
So basically, it's like a crepe they use like sort of like a turmeric powder, rice powder
yeah.
to make the crepe itself, and then you put like mung beans in there, pork, bean sprouts, green onions, and then you just like carrots or whatever you want, and then they fold it up like in half, and then you just eat it, and then you wrap it up with with lettuce.
Oh, yeah.
And you put the crepe in there, you cut it up, and you put it in the the lettuce, and then you roll up the lettuce, and then you eat that, and you dip it in
Wow.
fish sauce.
It was really good.
Amazing.
It is, yeah.
And we had a hot pot at almost every meal. His mom was like, I end every meal with a hot pot.
Yes.
So I'd be like busting full.
What's
and
a
then this
hot pot?
would show up.
What's that?
It's a hot pot.
It's like a soup, like a broth, and then you put all kinds of vegetables in there, or meat, or seafood, whatever you want. Like you can get a chicken hot pot, you can get a seafood hot pot, or vegetable hot pot. But so it's just basically a big soup
To end your meal with.
Yeah.
She ends every meal with a hot pot.
And then you put like little noodles on, you ladle the soup and the veggies over the noodles, and you eat it.
Wow.
It's a
was
lot
delicious.
It's really good. I mean,
If I hadn't eaten 18 things before the hot pot showed up, but by the time the hot pot's up, I'm like, oh my God,
That's so funny.
I got to eat that too. 'cause
I
you gotta
only
taste
like,
it.
God damn it! How do you guys all eat? Like the cruise was 6 to 8 o'clock was breakfast. You eat from 6 to 8 breakfast.
There were
9
2
o'clock,
breakfasts served.
and then 9 o'clock lunch. I mean, how
joke.
you got fucking 1 hour to digest the food?
No joke. No
Yeah.
joke. 11 o'clock, tea. And if the tea includes food, you're like, fuck. I mean, the first day we were there, we ate lunch, and then they had us make spring rolls fresh to eat. And then we had dinner. I mean, you're like, holy, how are all of you people in this country so skinny? How? You just sweat it out.
You
I
just
guess.
sweat it out.
You need to send Sandy's uncles on that cruise.
Yes,
Yeah,
I know,
right?
right?
They'd be distended. Yes. They wouldn't. They
But
wouldn't.
I was telling Leanne, I said, the reason I think it is because they're working your metabolism.
Yeah.
You're constantly eating,
it's
right?
true, yeah.
She was like, we were like at the airport. You're like, I'm hungry already. I'm like, there you go, Leanne.
Yeah.
You're getting there. You're
It's
getting
like
there.
clockwork.
Just like, we just ate.
I can't believe I'm hungry. I
I
kept
mean, even
saying.
on the plane, they serve us like 6
Oh my
courses
God.
for breakfast.
I know.
Leanne's like, oh
the breakfast was like on the plane. She showed up with a fruit plate and she was like, here's your appetizer for breakfast. And I'm like, who gives you an appetizer
Yeah,
for breakfast? And then you get a course with like yogurt and cereal. And then you get a course with an egg dish and there's bread
Even
involved.
our
There's,
trip from Saigon, when we flew from Saigon to Hanoi, which is a 1 hour and 15-minute trip of like a plane ride. Here you get like not even peanuts, not
Right.
even
Oh,
water.
no, yeah.
There
We
you
got a
get
full meal.
Full meal. You
Rice,
want noodles
yeah,
or
yeah.
you want rice, or chicken or beef?
or beef. Full meal.
Full meal. And you can
amazing.
get a
Constantly
beer. Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
1 hour flight.
Yeah, 1 hour
It's
flight.
like, it's like, I gotta eat again.
I
Why
gotta
not?
eat again. I just ate.
Why not?
But you know, when you're in a country like that, I wanted to taste everything.
Yeah, totally.
So I don't want to not eat.
Yeah.
And I don't want to not eat everything, that within, reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, every time something was served, I was like, I've got to taste it. And then at the same time, nothing tasted the same. That was something I thought was really interesting about their food. When we have chicken soup here, chicken soup pretty much tastes like chicken soup. I mean,
Yeah.
with a little bit of variety. But these hot pots and soups kept coming, and I was like, I have never tasted this flavor before ever. I don't know what this is. I couldn't even tell you what protein is in this broth, if there's a protein in it. For some of it, and it was all really delicious. But
Well, she was told not to ask.
Oh, I didn't ask. I didn't want to know.
Ask.
I just
Bert
wanna
is like,
eat.
just feed. Just don't
eat.
ask. Don't ask what it's it.
I'm not a picky eater, I
Yeah.
don't think, but I don't like lobster and clams like shellfish. I've never had any that I like. Shrimp, I kind of hot and cold. Sometimes, it depends on the dish. But there are definitely things I don't like. I don't like salmon. I've never had a circumstance where I like salmon. So, but that makes me kind of a restrictive eater in Sandy Hayslip's world, who, they eat like chicken feed and,
Yeah.
like worms. And I just don't, I'm not that, I mean, for an American standard, I'm pretty good. But so I just decided I wasn't going to ask what anything was. I was just going to eat it.
Yeah.
And I never had anything. I think I had one dish in that restaurant with all the stalls. There was one dish I didn't like there, and then when we went to that restaurant in Hanoi that had the little things that were wrapped in the green.
Oh yeah,
They were not
Yeah.
good. But other than that, everything was delicious. Delicious, and flavors I've never had before. I have no idea even what they were. could never replicate them.
Yeah, and we went to this one restaurant called what's it called? Secret Garden.
Yes.
That was really good.
Really good.
There, we even bought a pot.
Yes, we bought
so
pots
much.
there. Chicken
We bought
stew
this
pot.
stew pot.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
really
cool.
amazing. Food
really pretty.
there. Oh, just all the food was. I mean,
But that was in Ho Chi Minh City.
Right.
Yeah. So we go to Halong Bay. It's beautiful there. We go see these caves. The next day we're kayaking. Right.
Oh my gosh.
So in order to kayak, they take you on a smaller boat from now the cruise, it's not a cruise ship. It's like a boat that probably has like 30 rooms. It's not a very big boat. So they take you on a smaller boat to this like floating house that has the kayaks on it. The floating house is also clearly a fish farm, and big shock, dogs. There are dogs on the floating fucking house. There's dogs everywhere. So we get off this boat, and the cruise director, who is Vietnamese, whose English is not, she's not super articulate. Like, I'm sure her language is fine, but I can't understand her. The way that she speaks was hard to understand.
Yeah, everybody just start tuning out.
Yeah,
you gotta
because
really
she's-
pay attention
yeah.
to see, hear what she's talking
figure
about.
out what she's saying. Like, like, so we're getting ready to use the kayaks, and she's telling us how to paddle and whatever, and it's a 2-man kayak, and she says, so you should stay away from the sides, meaning the shore, because there's tigers, and don't go this way. And I went, wait a minute, what? There's tigers?
Yeah, Jeannie was like, tigers.
And
Seriously?
She goes,
Yeah.
yeah, there's tigers. And I went, there's freaking tigers here? There's tigers here. You're putting me in a kayak where there are tigers. And she said, yeah, well, I've never seen one, but the people who live in this floating house have. And I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to go where tigers can swim, motherfucker.
Yes, they can.
And they will capsize my boat and eat me.
Yeah.
Seriously? And she went, yeah, but it's okay. We've never seen them. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that I'm going to get in this kayak where there's tigers.
Did you do it?
Yes, I did.
And then she said, and there's rabbit. We're like, what?
There's rabbit.
We're
Don't
like rabbits and tigers? She's like, no. Rabbit. We're like, oh, rubbish.
There's rubbish.
Rabbit.
So-
And then we're like, so is it tiger now?
Is it really tiger?
Is it really tiger? Right.
Rawr, tiger? And she's like, yes.
Tiger.
Rubbish.
Rubbish. There's rubbish. So don't go to the right because there's rubbish. And then don't go to the shore because there's tiger. And what do these ninnies do? Sandy and Nom get in one and go to the fucking shore because they want to look at this tree. And I got paired with a 16-year-old Korean girl who speaks no English. She's in the front of my kayak, doesn't know how to drive a kayak. So I'm paddling me and the 16-year-old Korean girl whose parents are in another kayak and leave me with her, like totally leave. And I'm going, oh, look at the fish. And she goes, fish? I'm like, okay, she doesn't speak English. And I'm watching Sandy and Nom go to the shore, right under the shore. I'm like, they're going to get eaten by a tiger. I stayed in the middle.
God.
I stayed in the middle.
Away from the rubbish, away from the tigers.
Yes.
And I'm like, what if I'm like, oh God, I was like, what am I going to tell Georgia and Isla? Sorry, your mom got eaten by a tiger in Vietnam. So sorry.
I mean, can you believe that woman said it so flippantly?
That's crazy.
She didn't
So
warn
then-
us. We're like, okay, bye-bye.
So then what I'm thinking is, we just went for a hike yesterday in these
the
same
cave.
hills. There's tigers there too, guarantee you.
Oh, sure.
If there's tigers here, there was tigers at the stalagmite place. Nobody mentioned that. Nobody mentioned that because no one would have gone.
Yes.
No one would have gone on that trip. So we're going to go in this cave, but there might be tigers. I would have been like, pass. I've seen stalagmites and stalactites before.
We have them in Virginia.
Tigerless ones. So I don't want to be prey on this visit. But she didn't mention it that day, which I thought was really crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, in America, do you think they would say, so we're going to go in here and there's a tiger?
No, you'd have to sign. You'd have to
You sign
actually
a
sign a form.
waiver,
You have to sign a
yes.
waiver.
If you're eating, it's not
Yeah.
my fault.
Totally.
I mean, come on. That really flipped me out,
Oh, that's
actually.
crazy.
That was the one thing in Vietnam besides the lunch lady that really kind of flipped me out. So I can't believe they put these ninnies in a boat, and the ninny I was with went straight to the shore. Straight to the shore, like a moth to flame.
Tigers. Ooh.
She just wanted. She said, "Let's go over there because I want to be in the shade."
In the shade, right?
Yeah, she's like.
So
I just wanna be in
Nam
the
takes her
shade.
feet out of the kayak, props them on top of the kayak, and just leans back and lets Sandy paddle.
Yeah, she said, "Take me to the
Sorry,
shade."
Mom. That's just
She's like, "I work really hard for you guys on this trip."
Yeah, sounds
This
like
is
she
her.
did.
She's like, "Okay, now you wake up now." Oh, in the morning, every morning.
Right. I forgot about that. She would say, "We go now. We eat now.
Yeah,
Let's pack now.
we shop now.
We shop now." So we're asleep in the cruise ship, and Nam is in the adjoining room, and she comes in and opens the curtains because she wants us all to go upstairs and watch the sunrise in Halong Bay. And she goes, "You wake up now. You wake up now." Opens the curtains, and Sandy goes, "Now?" And Nam said, "Yes, now. We have to go see the sunrise." And Sandy's like,
Oh
"Oh
my god! I just had like 2 bottles of wine the night before
And a massage.
And a massage. I was like, I have no idea where we were at. I'm
Yeah.
like, where are we? We're like floating in some fucking bay,
Bay with
Nam,
rabbits and
yes,
tigers."
rubbish and tigers.
I love that you're like, well, when you said rabbits, I was like, well, the tigers will eat the rabbits. That's okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Except it was rubbish.
Rubbish.
Yeah.
Her English was not great.
To be desired. It
Yes.
left a little bit to be
No, but it was crazy. It was just like one thing after another. Like we were just go, 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 go,
Yeah.
go. We covered a lot of grounds in 10 days.
We did. It was a lot. So we went
Yeah.
back from Halong Bay. We went back to Hanoi and then collected what we had pre-shopped for.
Yeah.
And then now at this point, Leanne's like expert. We don't even need Nam. Nam's like, I gotta go visit my family. So I'm gonna drop you guys at the hotel. You're on your own. We're like, no problem. We'll meet you for dinner. And then Leanne's like, okay, I want to go there and this. I want to get this. And she's like, let's all buy it in one area.
Yeah.
Let's all like, you know.
I remembered how to get there. I got us back there.
Yeah.
You're a pro.
And she knows how to cross the street.
Yep.
No
Oh my
problem. Crossing the
So,
street.
Tell her how you cross the street in Vietnam.
So because there's so many motorbikes and so many things, and nobody really look at the lights. I mean, there is traffic lights, but no one really, buy from them. And so the key thing with crossing the street in Vietnam is that you just make a consistent pace. You do a consistent pace. Do not stop and do not go fast. You just have to walk slowly across, and then the motorbikes or the cars would just kind of swerve around you. But if you make a sudden stop,
You get
forget
run
it.
over.
You get run over. So I said to Leanne, we're all like
scary.
crossing the street. I said, just don't look. Just don't even look over there on the right what's coming. Just walk straight down.
Were
You have to
do-
just start walking.
Were
and
you
then-
able to do that?
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah, I got
Then
it.
she
I'm
was just
practically Vietnamese now.
Yeah. At this point,
I'd have
yeah.
to put on like blinders.
Yeah.
You just can't think about it.
Yeah.
You have
You
to kind
can't
of
like just like do like
No, you have to
Yeah.
just disconnect from any fear and know that this is how it functions in this country.
Right.
This is how they
Yeah.
do it. You just have to start walking, walk slowly, stay consistent, get across the street. We get across the street and high five. We did it. Oh my God. We're not dead. Thank God.
We're not dead.
We made it. We made
Yay,
it.
us.
yeah.
Yeah. So I got us back to the shops and I got us back to the ceramic shop and
What else do we get? Oh, we got
yeah,
you
we got
her
more.
ceramic.
I got you some stuff. I got you a couple things. Not a bag. I'm out of bags. I got you
Oh
some
yeah, we did get you a lot of bags.
bamboo salad tongs.
Oh yes, that's beautiful.
Bamboo salad tongs and two
These
things
are beautiful.
that are wrapped. I bought you two ceramics.
Oh wow, look
Two
at those.
Um,
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
One is
Maybe
a
Leanne is kind of upping me. I don't know. I, think
I
she's
don't
spending her own
know.
money, at this point.
well, you got her good in Sapa.
Mona, you want to help me open? Ooh, that's so pretty.
So you can use that for whatever, but I guess if you look at read the bottom,
Yeah.
is it Bat Trang?
I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah.
So I guess Sandy was telling me that's a specific place in Vietnam where they make
Ceramics.
that type of ceramic in China.
It's so pretty.
I loved it. So I have bought myself one and I've been using it for my coffee cup.
Oh, you have?
It does get very hot.
Okay.
I would use it in the bathroom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Tumbler?
Yeah, I like it in the bathroom too. And this is another thing.
What is that?
Oh.
I forgot. We shop so much. I mean,
This I had originally thought to give to someone else, but later I think I'd rather Jeannie have it. I think it's more suited for Jeannie.
Ooh, I love this.
Oh, that's
Isn't that
beautiful.
pretty? So this
pretty.
is a blue ceramic vase.
So pretty.
It's just a little small like bud vase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it pretty? I
Beautiful.
bought myself one that matches it.
Oh,
I
it's
loved
really
that
pretty.
blue. It was such a dynamic, beautiful blue.
Yeah, it is. And I love the brown around the top.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeannie, you
pretty.
scored.
I totally scored.
You got some good
Yeah.
treasures.
I got a lot of good treasures.
Well, I just from there. I think I did buy this from Hanoi.
Ooh.
Isn't that cute? This is a bamboo
You
bowl.
can put like your
yeah.
earrings, or you can put whatever you want to use it for.
It's a bamboo bowl. I guess in Vietnam they do a lot of lacquer. So there's lacquer around the outside. That's
Yeah.
very typical. There's a lot of lacquered stuff there.
Yeah, I have my line that does a lot from Vietnam has a lot of lacquer.
So tell Leanne how much that is and see if she can convert. I'm testing her. She was really good, and then
I got good and then I started losing it.
80,000 VND.
80,000 would be about $4. Is that right? I still have the conversion on my phone.
No, is
Let's
it
see.
$80?
Let's see.
I don't know. It was so hard to keep up with
What does VND stand for again?
Vietnamese dong. Let's see.
So what part of it, what you're sweating too, is like they'll give you a price and you buy so much stuff. You're like 1.7 million dong, and you're like 1.7 million dong. My God, what the fuck? And then when we get back to the hotel, we're like thinking about. So we bought all that for $40.
Right. That
So we're like 1.7 million. We're like sweating. We just spent like $20 million.
Right.
Million dong today.
so 80,000 Vietnamese dong is $3.44.
Wow.
Right. Crazy.
That's expensive. That's from the place I can negotiate. Like no fixed price.
Oh, yeah.
So it's fixed price. So usually you can, but you won't get like nice quality like that
Yeah.
from the market.
Right.
That lady that attacked her, she, you know,
She had that
Person-
stuff too, but it wasn't
it's not
as
gonna.
nice.
My
Right.
my tray.
Your
it's
trays
already
are
start
nice.
falling off.
It has? Oh no.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened to it?
The tray she bought from the crazy lady,
Okay.
some of the inlay has started to fall off.
Oh, you
bummer.
can get the rest. This you can put in the rest.
What's the rest?
The rest is just you have to.
What's the rest?
Let's see. Little magnet. And then I just threw this in. I mean,
heart
like,
Vietnam.
I love Vietnam.
I love Vietnam t-shirt.
That's awesome.
That's so
Sasha,
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. That's awesome.
And then here's the rice bag, which.
for all my treasures.
Yes.
your treasures.
To transport your treasures.
Oh, wait, one more item. Tiger Balm. A little Tiger Balm for if you have any ailments, or if you get nauseous, you can put them in. Just open it. It's,
Where do you put it?
So if you have like a little bruise, or you have like a sprain, or if you feel nauseous, you can just kind of rub it in your nose. It kind of burns, or like you have a headache, you can just put it around like behind your ears. Just a little
Oh.
Tiger Balm.
Have you ever heard of Tiger Balm?
No,
Don't
I've
put it
heard
on
of
your lips. Those not lip
No,
balm.
no. It's hot.
Okay,
hot.
I've heard of it, but I've never used it.
I used to use it years ago. But,
On what?
On like my neck gave me problems, and I would put it on my neck,
Oh.
like Ben Gay, but times 1,000.
Yeah, it's like Bengay.
But it's really strong.
Okay.
But the Tiger Balm I used was orange, and it stained. It would stain my clothes.
Oh, okay.
So, and now I think they make Tiger Balm in like a clear.
Yeah, they do.
But when I was doing it, it was orange.
Sometimes
and
they
was
put
just-
it in massage.
Ooh.
Like,
Yes.
people would like
Wow.
if you have
It's
like a
really
really
strong.
sore.
Yeah.
It's really good though. It's
So
really
like
powerful.
you have like a sore like muscle.
Yeah, I have a lot of those.
Yeah, just rub it on,
Yeah.
and then it feels the heat. It gives you a little heat.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you can put
Yeah, I
it in
have
one
like
of your
a neck.
many
I'm
bags.
having like neck bag.
I know you've got mini bags.
I
you can
know
put
mini
that in.
bags.
then you
Mini
can
bags.
Well,
But-
Sasha's gonna be really excited about my mini
then
bags.
you can use this rice bag. Isn't it cool?
It is cool.
It
Cool.
is really
Fish,
cool
yeah.
rice bag.
Thank you.
For all your treasures.
Well, that's fun.
I know, right? Do you feel like your $100 was well spent?
Yes, very.
Yeah,
I got lots of really good treasures.
I think you did.
What did it? Did the 10 days fly by, or did it go by? Like, did it fly by?
It flew by. It didn't fly by. I was not ready to leave until the day we were ready to leave.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't like, oh, TikTok.
But because we did so much, like we're looking back, we're like, okay, so 3 days ago we were in Ho Chi Minh. And
Yes,
like,
crazy,
and it
huh?
seemed like last year
Yeah.
we were there.
Yeah. It seemed like
months ago.
And your
Because
family
we did so
survived
much.
without
Oh,
you.
shit. Well,
Oh, that's
somewhat.
Yeah.
My family had a lot of hiccups until my sister-in-law showed up, which was Wednesday.
Yeah.
The following, we left on Thursday, and Wednesday Annie took over, and everything kind of straightened out.
Was it planned that she was taking over?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was out of town.
Yeah. Well, she was great about communicating with me.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And did you give her my number?
Yes.
Yeah, because she was like, "Hi,
Yes.
Jeannie, it's Annie." So Isla's not feeling well, and like just was like
That's
on
good.
it, and
Yeah.
then continued to communicate with me like after
Right.
that. I was like, "She's good."
Well, she is a, that's what she does for a living. She's a real hardcore, like high-end professional nanny. So not only is she, their aunt, that's what she does for a living, but she was out of town the first weekend. And the first weekend had some hiccups. I parented a lot from Vietnam until Wednesday.
I heard that there was a missed rehearsal.
Yes, we missed rehearsal. We forgot about rehearsal,
Yes.
and then when we remembered it, we said it's no big deal. We can skip it, and that was believed. So both people there kind of in the wrong. You shouldn't believe that. It's on my list, and you shouldn't say that because you
no
should
one
go to
read her
rehearsal.
list except for
Until
probably
Annie got there.
Right.
And Bert would read it and he'd go, okay, so your list says, he'd call me and go, okay, so the list says I should feed the dogs. Now, what does that mean? Fucking feed the dogs. You feed the dogs when I'm not
Well,
there.
and then the day I was supposed to pick up, and because he had a meeting,
Yes.
and so
I know.
but yeah, he still, I guess, like left his meeting, and
I don't know.
yeah, it was so funny because when Isla walked up and saw him there, she looked at me, and she went, "Ah." You're like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know why he's here.
Yeah, because I'll tell you why.
'Cause he didn't
read
read
my freaking 14-page to-do list. I was like, all you got to do is follow along. And at one point he forgot. I was like, dude, take a picture of the day and you have it on your phone.
Right.
You don't have to put the piece of paper in your pocket. Just take a picture. This is today. But no one did that except for Annie. So it's okay. They all survived.
They survived.
The first day, Oksana's alarm didn't go off and they overslept, and Georgia just never woke her up. So Isla literally got ready for school in less than 10 minutes and still made it to school on time.
Oh,
But
she
that
packed a
was-
bag of rice for herself.
For lunch, she microwaved a bag of rice, took a bag of rice and an apple. That was her lunch. And I had made lunch for her the day before and told her the lunch was in the refrigerator. All you got to do is take it out and put it in your lunchbox.
Oh my gosh.
But instead, she microwaved a bag of rice and brought an apple. So they all lived.
Yes.
They made it. No one died. But I'm not sure how efficiently or successfully. I came home and Isla had 6 F's in science from homework.
really?
So clearly she didn't do her science homework while I was gone. Her learning center teacher kept her on track with world history, which she's really struggling in. So she had her radar on world history because I'd been keeping her in line for science. And even though I told her learning center teacher I was out of town and just kind of help her a little more, it just didn't happen. So she still has a B in science because she's doing really great on her test scores and all her other stuff. But literally 6 F's in homework. I was like, interesting, because I was gone Friday through the following Friday, which is 6 days. Cool. So for 6 days, Isla went, sweet, no science homework. So whatever. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And, at the end of the day, I will remember this trip more than I will ever remember those 6 F's in science.
Of course.
Especially since she still has a B in the class. I don't give a shit. That's fine. It's worth it for me to have gone on this trip. It was an amazing trip. It was amazing.
Yay.
So will you do it again?
In a heartbeat. Yes.
Are you going back again soon?
Yeah, probably like maybe next year. Maybe, I don't know, maybe soon. Maybe sooner. Not sure. Yeah. But probably once a year I would have to go.
Yeah.
But I want to go to Laos and Cambodia next. Like,
Yeah. When we were in Thailand, we took a boat over to Laos just to say that we were in Laos.
Yeah.
But we didn't really explore it. But a lot of the people who were traveling in northern Thailand with us, like they weren't with us, but we were staying at really small like village places. So they were riding their bikes, had all done Cambodia and Laos, and said it was amazing. But there was just funny stories. And this was, a long time ago, but there were these guys, Canadian guys traveling, and they were saying in Cambodia you can order a happy pizza, a very happy pizza, or an extremely happy pizza. And it basically has like mushrooms, on it. And the guy's like, yeah, we went for the very happy pizza and we lost 2 days in Cambodia.
Oh my God.
Like, no, I mean, he's like, we survived and apparently we had fun, but we don't really remember.
Don't really remember it. That's hysterical. There's one thing we didn't talk about in this trip. Ho Chi Minh City, we went to the War Museum.
Oh.
And that was really hard. I have to say, that was really hard. And when we were leaving, I think you said, isn't it amazing all these images we saw of what happened during the Vietnam-American War, that everyone here is so happy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're all so happy. Everybody there is happy. So whatever we were doing there, clearly those people are very happy. That I don't know. I don't think I know much about the Vietnam War, especially after being there.
I think part of it because they're always at war. They were finally now.
Oh, I
they're
see.
always at war, whether with the French or China,
Right.
Japan.
Right.
I mean, the Americans. I mean, Vietnam has been attacked again and again and again.
But why? What do people want from that place? They want sweaty underwear 3 times a day?
Yes,
They want my
it's
treasures.
and then they couldn't win it. They couldn't win that Vietnam, and just the people there are just so tenacious and I
Resilient.
think really resilient, and finally we're at a time where it's not war, and there are no grudges.
Right.
They're very
It
happy
didn't
people.
seem to be. It seemed to be a very happy place.
Just happy we're at peace now.
It seemed to be
Yes.
that way. Everybody there seemed really happy. Even your uncles
Yeah.
were happy. That was really kind of inspiring. That their tenacity was really inspiring.
Yeah.
Where it was palatable, right? I mean, you just look around and go, "How the hell do you live here like this?"
Were they blown away that you were there to help them?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's not the first time I went back to find them. I went back like 10 years ago. And then they're like, oh my gosh, where did you come from?
Right?
Yeah. No, but the difference with like also with Vietnam, like I remember 15 years ago, I went to Bangladesh. I started off Vietnam first and then I went to Bangladesh, and that was a hard place. Dhaka, I mean, you smell like it's so sad, and the people there are so poor, and the difference is so unhappy. The people
Really?
there, I mean, they wear on the face.
Right.
I hated that place.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I've never, like, I love traveling. I love seeing new places, but I if I don't have to ever go back there,
Right.
I don't want to go back
Right.
to Bangladesh.
Aw.
And then after that trip, I went back to Vietnam. I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
God,
thank God.
this is great. I mean, the people there, you can really feel the difference.
Yes.
Where like there's no anger, just all is very light and happy
It
and
is.
peaceful there. In Bangladesh, it's like so angry and so dreadful and just like, oh my God, everything about it was just like hell. It was that to me was hell.
Yeah.
And the
Aw.
people there I didn't like. It's
Totally different culture.
yes.
Well, even in Hanoi, when we were there that
The men.
last day, they, there's a lake in the middle of the city, and they close off all the streets around that lake and make it walking streets, and it's like a big block party.
Yes.
And I think it's just a regular Sunday. I don't think there's anything particular.
They're like that.
And everybody was happy, and kids were riding these like motorized cars, and people were on their little hoverboards, and it was just this like free flowing, happy community. It was really cool. I kept going, Bert would love this. Bert would love this, because it was like a big street party.
Yeah.
And I thought that's really cool that this is what they do. This is just how the city runs every
And
weekend.
they love to drink, they love to eat, and then all the men always love to get together and just drink.
Yeah.
And it's a big drinking culture and eating. It's like we drink now and we eat now, we
Yeah.
party now. It's always like right now,
Yes.
let's do it now.
Let's go now.
Yeah, let's go now. Like
Yeah.
why wait until tomorrow? Why plan it? Let's do it now.
now.
Yes.
Yeah, it was really cool. That
you
was
wanna
cool
move
to see
that
too.
shower stall? Let's do it
Let's
now.
do it now.
On the
Put it on that
motorbike.
bike right now.
Let's do it now. Yes.
We don't need a strap.
Yeah.
Let's go. Put your bar stool on your head and call it a day.
To go all day.
I mean, it was a really great trip. That was great. I think we travel well together.
Yes.
I think we are good travel
I think
companions.
Leanne learned about how to speak Vietnamese now.
Eat now. Eat now.
Drink now.
No Vietnamese. I learned 0 Vietnamese words. 0.
Do you know how to say hi in Vietnamese?
No. 0.
How do you say hi?
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao. Okay. Ciao. I didn't have to speak. Nam spoke for me.
Yeah.
Nam just
She
took care of everything.
negotiated.
She did
aged.
everything.
She even told Leanne how to like put her
Oh,
breakfast together.
by the end of it, I just hand her my plate. I just give her the plate, and she just make me a plate and give it to me.
But did most of the people there speak English?
I say yeah. It's a very young culture.
But that
there.
blows my mind that every other country speaks English and we speak no other language.
I know, right?
It's
Isn't that
true.
sad?
Yes, it's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. There was a lot that embarrassed me. That war museum, my biggest feeling from that museum was shame. I felt ashamed of our country. I felt really ashamed. From the images that I saw on the walls, I thought, what a shameful thing, the way that we behaved. Maybe not the whole conflict, but there were pieces of it where I went, that I'm ashamed. And I've never felt that way about this country or my patriotism at all. But I cried through a lot of that museum. I tried really hard to keep it together for the first floor, but by the time we got to the second floor, I couldn't keep it together. I just couldn't keep it together. At one point, Nam walked me out to the hallway.
yeah.
Because I was like,
You guys want to continue? Get worse and worse.
It was really hard to process because of the things that happen to children, and women. That and you heard stories about it growing up, you've seen movies about it when I was younger, but there was something very different about being in that country and seeing the images they put on their wall, which is different than the images we put on our wall. And there were some images of soldiers of U.S. soldiers that were, took me to my knees. There was this one picture of a captain that had his head on a table sobbing. It was a U.S. captain, and the caption said this was after this such and such conflict, and this captain just went inside his barracks and sobbed. And I thought, I can't even imagine what it must have been like to have been anybody on either side of this conflict. There's so many things happened that were so bad. And, there were people at the museum that had, Agent Orange deformations, and, to see that live and in person is really hard to process. My uncle died of cancer, throat cancer, they believe, from Agent Orange. And he looked fine on the outside. These people were not fine. They were definitely deformed. And it was really hard. It was really hard to see. But yeah, I felt a lot of shame in that museum. It was hard. So anyway, great trip, right?
Yes, yeah. And that's where afterward I took her to Bentao Market and threw her in there.
Yeah. It eradicated all shame because I was beaten into submission by a Vietnamese woman, so I felt better about my shame. Right? I took a beating on behalf of the U.S. as a white girl.
Okay, I'll pay you that $40.
Okay, you can have how about 50? I'll give you 50. I feel pretty bad. I just left this museum. But anyway, it was a great trip. It was really fun. I'd go anywhere with you, Sandy. Thank you for including me, because I know Bert kind of invited me. And I know that you embraced that invite and changed your trip. And you did so much work to get my ticket and my visa and to get me all handled. I just basically
I'm glad you came, because
up.
I would have never saw Sapa in Halong Bay. Those are two places I really wanted to go myself.
Oh, it was fun.
It was. I wouldn't have done it if you didn't come along.
Oh,
we're just like, because
why would you do that by yourself?
Why would I?
It's nice to have fun company on a work trip.
Yeah.
I just got back from a work trip, and on that trip I share a room with a girl who works for the same company, but we don't see each other, during regularly. And I don't look forward to the work trip, but I look forward to seeing her,
right,
and getting to have dinners with her and talk to her, and we shared a room and talk, and it's nice.
That is fun.
Yeah.
It is fun to travel with someone that you enjoy. And we traveled easily together. That's also good too, because sometimes, if you don't travel the same or similarly, it can be aggravating, stressful, not so fun. If somebody that's got to sleep a certain time, or it's just pain in the ass.
We had a lot of fun.
We did.
We laughed a lot.
We laughed a lot. We did laugh a lot. We laughed a lot.
Yeah. So our next destination. So do we still have to buy you treasures?
Yes. Where are you going?
We don't know.
And we were sitting there talking about who would have done well on this trip, and we both determined that you would have done well on this trip. You would have done really well.
I would have
on
loved
this
the
trip.
food for sure.
You would have. Bert staring at us from outside the man cave. Yes, babe.
Are we done?
Yeah, I think we're done. We're just wrapping up. I was just about to wrap up. So,
Did you bring us lunch?
I've been eating like a fucking lunatic in that house.
you have
Samoas, pizza.
Samoas.
Yeah.
Oh, Girl Scout cookies. Those are old.
I was going to say, why do you have Girl Scout cookies?
They're left over. We had a little surplus from our sales.
Are they frozen?
No.
Oh.
No.
They're good.
They're just expired. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you for talking about this with me,
Thanks for my
for
treasures.
sharing. I hope you like them.
Yeah, I think it's even. I like everything, so I can't say.
It can't be even. Sandy totally kicked my butt.
No.
And volume alone.
And you threw in those 2 ceramics, but I think you use your own money.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Cheater.
Cheater. I know.
Cheater. You know, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to
was like
do.
credit
What
card.
was Bert's favorite gift?
Oh, I got fucked.
He did not. I got
I got a
him
scarf.
a scarf that was handmade in Sapa, and I took a picture of the woman who wove it as she was weaving
I haven't
them.
seen the picture of the woman, nor my mom got a fucking sweater.
Well,
Oh yeah, that's cashmere.
I did find this sweater. I walked in the
Cashmere.
store. It was like a hand woven, hand sewn cashmere sweater. That was like a cardigan, and I was like, "That's my mother-in-law. I'm buying that for my mother-in-law." And Sandy was like, "It's so beautiful. You should keep it for yourself." And I put it on. I was like, "It's just so my mother-in-law." What are you doing?
My tour dates.
Oh God! So I gave it to Gigi. She loved it. I gave it to her early. I was going to give it to her for Christmas, and
Is she here in
loved
town
it.
now?
She loved it. Yeah, she is. She was here for Teddy's first birthday,
Oh, that's right.
which is today.
So you have a favorite? No. You can. You can be.
Yeah, what
honest.
is your favorite?
I know.
I
right?
I do love this.
Yeah, that's got to be a favorite.
I
right?
love this, and I love the place. The
bamboo placemats?
Yeah.
So it was worth the harassment.
It was worth the harassment. Yes, the bamboo placemats came from the crazy lady in the
Yeah.
market. Yeah, it was worth it.
I like this.
Well, it was fun
Okay.
buying you treasures. I'll do it
Yes,
again.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know where you're going.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, guys.
Okay.
Okay, bye.